Greetings, visionaries! This is Mad Hat Patrick. Seeing how I already looked over the two main Epic Mickey games, I feel like it only makes sense to talk about the last entry from the library. Remember in Kingdom Hearts Chain Memories where you had to explore the car worlds of famous Disney movies in a castle where everything is an illusion? Now imagine if Mickey Mouse was there again, but this time as the star of the game, and you pretty much get this. This is the Epic Mickey game that seems to be the most forgotten of the series. It was released on Nintendo 3DS alongside the main series sequel, The Power of Two, in 2012. The game served as a tribute to the popular Mickey Mouse game Castle Illusion, which coincidentally got itself its own remake a year later. But due to the lack of sales from both Power of Two and Power of Illusion, it was the end of the Epic Mickey franchise. For now. But just like Power of Two, Power of Illusion got some mixed reviews. Some say it's decent and a bit better than the sequel, while others thought it was weak and didn't contribute anything to Epic Mickey. As for me, while I am a huge fan of Epic Mickey, I didn't really play this as much as the other two. I have played plenty of 3DS games like Pokemon and Dream Drop Distance, but this Epic Mickey game is one I don't remember very well. However, it's really been a long time since I played this installment, so maybe there might be more to this illusion than I originally thought. Welcome to another episode of the Wonder Reviews. Let's see if this handheld video game is worth remembering. This is my review of Epic Mickey Power of Illusion. It begins with Mickey getting a call from Oswald on his TV. He asks Mickey to come back to Wasteland because there's a strange looking castle and it has captured Minnie and all the other Disney characters from the cartoon world. It turns out that this castle is known as the Castle Illusion, where the evil shape-shifting witch Mizrabel resides. She captured Minnie and all the other Disney characters because she wants to steal their hearts so that she will not be forgotten, and that she and her castle can leave Wasteland and rule the cartoon world. So it's up to Mickey to rescue the Disney characters and the girl of his dreams and prevent Mizrabel from escaping. This isn't really anything new in terms of story, it's just your simple guy rescue girl from evil villain where you had to jump from one stage to the next. But I will give some credit that the villain's plan is actually diabolical, capturing the most memorable Disney characters from Snow White to Tangle and using their hearts to escape Wasteland. By the way, I just want to clarify that the villain in this game is not the real Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty. She may look like the Mistress of Evil, but as previously stated, she's a shapeshifter that can turn to anyone. She even turned to the other Disney villains at the beginning of the first level to give you the heads up. As for her castle, the design inside of it looks really impressive. It has nice architecture, and with each stage you enter, it ties to a Disney movie such as Peter Pan, Aladdin, and The Little Mermaid. In addition, some of their levels use different settings to make each of them different. One Peter Pan level takes place in London, and then the next one is set in Neverland itself. Also, there are several times in the Disney levels where it displays small backgrounds of the castle's construction, reminding you that the places are still illusions, not the real Disney World. Plus, the character designs are really amazing on both the enemies and the Disney characters you rescued. The other visual effects in the game present a bit more life to it, like whenever Mickey paints or thins something. While I haven't played any of the Castle Illusion games, I will give credit that the visuals do supply some unique art styles for a Mario-style Mickey Mouse game. It looks as though that this standalone follow-up has potential, with endless possibilities of what visions lie behind each room. Now if only the story and game structure was a lot longer and more effective. The major issue with Power of Illusion is that the game is really short, even more than the second Epic Mickey game. It only features 3 stages based on a Disney movie with 3 to 4 levels each, 3 boss battles, and that's it. There are no other stages besides Peter Pan, Aladdin, and The Little Mermaid. True, there was a Sleeping Beauty level for Mizrabel's battle, but there's no other illusion levels reminiscing to some of the other popular Disney movies like Alice in Wonderland. Why is it so hard to put a Wonderland level in an Epic Mickey game? Another problem I have with the game is that it lacks the identity of being an Epic Mickey game. The reason why the games are so popular is that you get to explore parts of Wasteland and meet other forgotten characters, cartoons, and ideas that depict the dark version of Disneyland. Since the 3DS game takes place inside the Castle Illusion, you never actually set foot in parts of Wasteland like Mean Street. Although Oswald does make an appearance, he really doesn't do anything to help you on your quest, but give you updates about your progress. That's all there is to him in Power of Illusion. It's such a lackluster, it does feel like the game was just made as a follow-up to the Illusion game instead of a continuation to the Epic Mickey series. It's not a bad idea to make another Castle of Illusion sequel, but if you're going to add Epic Mickey to the mix, you gotta add in more elements based on the video game franchise. While it is nice to see Mickey interacting with other Disney characters, it's not really brand new. We already seen these interactions before in stuff like House of Mouse and Kingdom Hearts, and this game's interaction didn't really contribute much. True, it still has Mickey's Magic Paintbrush where you can paint in thin tunes, but about 8% of the game wants to be an illusion game, and 20% contains the Epic Mickey elements, and the overall playthrough lasts for, at the most, 8 hours. A few hours if you don't want to complete everything from it. While the castle is really nice to look at, you won't find any dark atmosphere in any of these rooms. Even Epic Mickey 2 has more eeriness than this. The game would have been a lot better if they added more levels or settings of other famous Disney movies like Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King, and Hercules. With a game that's extremely short, does that mean the gameplay is bad as well? Actually, no, not really. When it comes to the gameplay on the Nintendo 3DS version, it is pretty decent. It's not as extravagant as the console games, but the programmers did have some talent when making a platform game. The attacks that Mickey used, like his paintbrush, spin attack, and ground pound, do work really well when fighting off enemies. Every time you defeat an enemy, you will get hearts for your health, e-tickets, and a paintbrush to fill your capacity. At the bottom of the screen, whenever you want to paint something, you have to trace over the lines perfectly in order to keep your paint capacity and bring the tune to life. Plus, you will temporarily boost your painting powers and jump abilities for a short amount of time depending on how good your art is. If you want to remove an object, tap the object that's highlighted in blue and just rub it off like an eraser. But if you use some of the sketches, it would result in losing more of your paint. During your travels, you will encounter Disney characters in each level, and every time you talk to them, you rescue them and they get sent to the game's hub, the Fortress. When it comes to the boss battles, they really didn't put up much of a fight since there's only 3 of them. Captain Hook, Jafar in his snake form, and Mizrabel as the Maleficent Dragon. The last boss was really challenging because of the thorns and fire, but Hook and Jafar's battles are nearly the same where you had to paint some object to protect you from obstacles while you had to dodge the attacks and hit them however you like. What's even tedious about the gameplay is regarding the side quests. It's fine that you get to do them within the fortress like painting items or calling a friend for help, but then you have the fetch side quest because there are times where you had to go back to the stage level you just completed and you had to do it all over again. Even if you do find a treasure item or a missing character, you cannot exit the level from the start menu to save your progress. You have to continue playing until you reach the door. And most of the time, you might have to play through more than 3 times in the same level when you're given a fetch quest. If you did collect the item or character but died before reaching the end, you had to go back where you found it and get it again. There is again no auto-saving for this process. Do I really need to do some of those things? Well, yes, I have to. First of all, I want to see if I can do a 100% completion. Second, completing these side quests are meant to help you on finishing the game. You need enough Toon Harm from every character you rescue in order to go to the next stage/boss fight. Also, you will receive rewards when completing them like power-ups, power stars, and more e-tickets. The e-tickets are only used in Scrooge's shop to buy more power-ups and the Peddler's Market from Aladdin to buy some power stars. One of the coolest things about the fortress is that if you upgrade a character's room using a power star, it becomes more decorative. In addition, whenever you help a specific character, you will get a new sketch to help you. Unfortunately, based on my gameplay, they didn't really affect the game severely. I barely use any of them. The Tinkerbell and Platform are the only ones I use constantly so that I can reach new heights in the levels. All the other sketch attacks like Scrooge, Goofy, and more are the same average powers as your spin attack, ground pound, and paintbrush. The only helpers that really packed a punch against some enemies are Peter Pan, Aladdin, and Ariel whenever you paint them back. Sometimes when you go further into the games, the enemies you already faced from the last stage somehow got stronger no matter how much you leveled up. The tough enemy can knock out 2 or more of your health bars, but if you do receive a heart from defeating them, you end up restoring a small half of the heart from your health bar. And when you reach the Little Mermaid levels, your jumping abilities will change for better or worse inside the water, but there are spikes scattered on some of them and it's hard not to get hit by any of them. There is one more important element that's missing in this Epic Mickey game. Remember how in the previous game where every choice you make, rather good or bad, affects the story? Like when you defeat the bosses or help Toons? In this game, there's no morality system in Power of Illusion. It just ends with you sending all the Disney characters you rescue back home, and that's it. It doesn't matter how you defeat the villains with paint or thinner. And one of the best things about playing Epic Mickey is that the choices you make mostly reflect who Mickey is as a hero in Wasteland. I really tried my best to think of something that's worth remembering about the 3DS game, but I'm sorry, I just couldn't get into it. Epic Mickey Power of Illusion is definitely one of the weakest of the series. There are some impressive visuals, decent gameplay, and a tribute to the Illusion game, but with the short-flanked journey, lack of Epic Mickey lore, and tiresome fetch quests, this one ended up getting trapped in its own wasteland. I only have 2 recommendations for this game. This is for people that want to play the entire Epic Mickey collection and fans of the Castle Illusion games. The rest can just skip it and stick to the console games. You won't find any discoveries inside this Disney Vault. I'm sure this game found its place in some people's heart, and if you do like it, even more than Power of 2, it's cool, more power to you. But for me, this is a magic trick I'm not going to remember anytime soon. I'm going to give Power of Illusion a C+. I'm Mad Hatter Patrick, now if you'll excuse me, I'm going to the Castle Illusion and play the Lion King escape room. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this, check out these other videos, or feel free to like, comment, and subscribe for more upcoming reviews and other projects. I'll see you soon.